Miller and Belt. We've got lawnmowers, snowblowers, chainsaws, and more. Why not stop in and visit our store? Go first class. Go with Plymouth Glass, your top choice for custom glass shower enclosures. Plymouth Furniture. Home starts here. Shop the Pig. Plymouth. Meyer Motors, serving the community with new and used vehicles for over 97 years. Visit us on social or GoMeyerMotors.com. American Legion, Plymouth Veterans, strengthening America.
Radart will pace the field through turns 3 and 4, head down to the Sinclair Speed Stripe, and we will be green here in heat race number 1. Radart spun the tires a little bit on that start. That's going to allow Ryan Marshall to rip the top, but Radart strong off the bottom of turn number 2. Radart and Marshall go line of stern into turns 3 and 4. Marshall up on the top, Radart on the bottom. Zach Radart will lead lap number 1. Alan Haffer looking to the inside of Marshall, trying to take that second spot. A lot of moisture put down on the bottom of the speedway right now. Marshall will slot into third, ahead of our quick timer and new track record holder, Chris Klemko. Radar rolls off of turn number 4. The field running line of stern at the bottom of the Plymouth third track. Radar, Haffer, Marshall, Klemko, Egan, and Swim, your final transfer car. Rusty Egan right now kind of creating a train behind him. Sean Swim, once again, your 6th and final transfer car. Ralph Johnson and Eric Wilkie on the outside looking in. Track very much on the bottom right now as that moisture gets worked into the speedway. We'll see that move up as the night goes on. Let go all over the back of Marshall through turns 1 and 2. Radar still with the lead. Hafford slides up off the bottom. Momentarily opens up the door for Ryan Marshall. Nothing doing though. Hafford slams the door shut into turn number 1. Radar now with a healthy lead ahead of Alan Hafford, Ryan Marshall, and Chris Klemko. Hafford once again misses the bottom. Marshall trying to muscle his way down there. Hafford turns dead left down the straightaway. Slams the door shut but slides up. Marshall going to take that spot up in turn number 2. They go side by side on the back straightaway. Marshall tries to stuff it on the inside of the 38. Hafford misses the bottom once again. Ryan Marshall up to the second spot. White flag out. One more lap to go for Zach Radar at the front of the field. And now Ralph Johnson up into the 6th and final transfer spot is off at turn number 4. Zach Radar will take the win in heat race number 1. Ryan Marshall comes home in 2nd. Alan Hafford in 3rd. Chris Klemko 4th. Rusty Egan in 5th. And Ralph Johnson will take the 6th and final transfer. So transferring into tonight's B feature out of heat race number 1, George Gartner the 3rd, Tristan Fursess, Sean Swim, and Eric Wilkie. Heading to the A main out of the heat race, Ralph Johnson, Rusty Egan, Chris Klemko, Alan Hafford, Ryan Marshall, and race fans, give it up for your heat race number 1 winner, Zach Radart. Straight away, Cooks, House, and Cox will roll off of turn number 4, and we're green in heat race number 2. Cooks out with a good jump on the field. He jumps down to the bottom of the speedway. Cox trying to roll the top. Here comes Ryan Zelski. Zelski to the inside of Cox on the back straightaway. Ryan Zelski will take the 2nd spot. Nearly a slider. Here comes Clayton Rossman. What a move by Rossman off of turn number 4. Rossman now to the inside of Zelski. Through turns 1 and 2. Clayton Rossman trying to get back up into the 2nd spot. Looking for redemption after last night running 2nd before a mistake cost him a possible victory. Rossman, Zelski, Cox, Davidson, and Alt, your top 6.
7D, Davidson going at it with Alt in the 22. That's for the final transfer spot.
Davidson currently the 6th and final transfer as Alt way up the speedway. Off of turn number 4, he'll slide back into that bubble spot as I believe Andy Dye and the number 71 on the outside looking in. Alt trying to work through the middle of the speedway. Not a lot of grip there. Dye slips up the racetrack. Here comes Trinity Utek. Utek to the inside of Dye down the straightaway. Nothing doing for the number 7. Meanwhile, Tyler Cookshouse is out front and gone in the 7-Eleven trying to pick up where he left off last night. 5 laps in, 3 remain as Trinity UTEC makes the pass on Andy Dye off of turn number 4. Now she is the last car on the outside looking in. Zelski all over the back of Rossman through turns 3 and 4. Rossman trying to hold on to the second spot. 2 more laps to go for Tyler Cook's house. Zelski trying everything to get past the 09. Looks like he might have a little bit faster race car, just can't find a way by the 09. Off at turn number 4, Tyler Cook's house will take the white flag. Field running line is started at the bottom of the speedway. Once again, Trinity UTEC on the outside looking in. Greg Ulker, 6th and final transfer car. As through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, a dominant heat race victory coming Tyler Cook's house's way. Leighton Rossman will come home in the second spot. Ryan Zelski in third. Tim Cox fourth. Josh Davidson fifth. And Greg Alt will take the 6th and final transfer. So heading to tonight's B feature out of heat race number 2, the 00 of Jason Young, the 71 of Andy Dye, the 7 of Trinity UTEC. And the 6 cars heading to the A feature here tonight, the 22 of Greg Alt, the 7D of Josh Davidson, the 40 of Tim Cox, the 14Z of Ryan Zelski, the 09 of Clayton Rossman, and race fans, give it up for your heat race number 2 winner, Tyler Cook's house. DC, Derek Crane, good to see Derek behind the wheel of a wingless sprint car here tonight. He'll take the field through turns 3 and 4. We're green in heat race number 3. Crane to the early lead. Austin Hansen slots into the second spot. Smartly drops down to the bottom of the speedway, but here comes Jimmy Sivia. Sivia 2 for 1 off of turn number 2. What a move from the high side hustler. Off of turn number 4, though, Derek Crane will lead lap number 1. Sivia trying to close the door on Bryce Andrews for the second spot, and he does so. Meanwhile, Nathan Crane to the inside of Austin Hansen off of the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Seth Johnson from flipping in the heat race, looking in on the outside for a transfer spot on the 29 OG of Tom Eller. Eller currently holds the 6th and final transfer. Field goes line of turn into turn number 1. Hansen drifted off the bottom just ever so slightly, with the top 5 pulling away from Tom Eller in 6th. Off at turn number 4, Derek Crane continues to lead. Bryce Andrews, actually Sivia now pulling away from the 17 of Bryce Andrews on the back straightaway. Now Nathan Crane dealing with the 17 off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Austin Hansen looks like he might have a little bit faster race car than Nathan Crane, trying to find a way by the 66 off of turn number 2. Now the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 this time. I will have 5 laps complete. 3 remain for DC. Back in the pack, Lance Thompson trying to work in the top lane as he battles with Craig Lager outside of the transfer. Meanwhile, Seth Johnson has caught the 29 OG of Tom Eller for that 6th and final transfer spot. 2 more laps to go for Derek Crane. Sivia slowly but surely closing in on the 14 AJ, but might be running out of time as he works down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, still that battle for the final transfer spot. Tom Eller and Seth Johnson run line and turn into turn number 3 as the white flag flies for Derek Crane. Sivia might have one last shot at him into turn number 3. But it's pretty locked down on the bottom right now. Derek Crane will roll through turns 3 and 4. DC back in victory lane in heat race number 3. Jimmy Sivia comes home in 2nd. Bryce Andrews 3rd. Oh, and something happened in there on that last lap. So heading to tonight's B feature out of heat race number 3, the 4L of Lance Thompson, the 52 of Craig Lager, and the 99J of Seth Johnson. Transferring into our feature here tonight, the 29 OG of Tom Eller, the 11 of Austin Hansen, the 66 of Nathan Crane, the 17 of Bryce Andrews, the 91 of Jimmy Sivia. And taking the win here in heat race number 3, race fans, give it up for DC Derek Crane.
For feature time, 10 laps coming up, presented by Clink Equipment. Heat race number 1. Nick Gambling and Justin Ritchie ready to lead them down to Alexander Gilhart, and we are green. Gambling working that inside line of perfection. He's got the top spot now. Ritchie will try to hold off the rest of the pack. Nick Gambling coming back to the line to lead lap number 1. Starting to space himself out from the rest of the pack here as Ritchie settles into 2nd. 73 Dirt Kings Tour events now into the record book today. Number 74, Nick Ameling has won 25 of those. Ameling across the line again with a lead. And now Ritchie all alone in the second spot. Third spot belongs to Charlie Schmidt in the 22. Despite all of his wins in Dirt King Tour action, Nick Ameling is still looking for his first win here as we got one around. The 14 going for a spin. Travis Chellam comes to a stop into number 4. We'll have a caution here on lap number 4. Four laps are in this one. 6 remain here in Klink Equipment Heat Race number 1 for the Wabam Dirt Kings late models. Ameling leading him back. We're back to green. Ritchie keeping close this time. A little bit of smoke coming on the backside of the 70. Maybe a tire rub. We'll see how that develops as we roll on. In fact, it does look quite like a tire rub. As Ritchie looks A-OK now with that 70. Charlie Schmidt settling in the third. Berna in fourth. Again, everybody's making the main tonight. Top 2 going to the redraw. Right now, that is Ameling and the 70 of Justin Ritchie. Charlie Schmidt trying to see if he can keep up with the 70 of Justin Ritchie, but it looks like Ritchie is indeed pacing himself away as Ameling is nearly a full straightaway ahead of the rest of the pack here in heat race number 1. Looking strong out front the 15, as we said, trying to get things off in style here tonight. Berna looks like he may be closing in on Charlie Schmidt. We'll see if we have a battle for the third spot before this one is over. The white flag is out. It's 1 to go. Nick Ameling off in his own Sipco. And he'll be coming back to the checkered flag. Nick Ameling takes heat race number 1. Second to go to Justin Ritchie. Third to Charlie Schmidt. Dominating performance for the current Dirt King Tour point leader as he seeks championship number 6, but his first win here at Plymouth in Dirt King Tour action. Unique healthcare products, Club 117 Bar and Grill, Soyber Camp Franchise, Peppermint Josie's Bar, Dandel Livestock, DTR Concrete, Frank Wallace Flooring, Schaefer's Racing Oil, Precision Construction Services, Weir's Machine, and CMD Shocks. Having a nice round of applause for Nick Ameling. Heat race number 2, presented by Ken Sports of Kakota, Wisconsin, a family-run business for over 50. That is Bill Edler. 8 cars. This one, pretty power-packed second heat race, presented by Ken Sports. 10 laps coming up, and we are green. McGrath away, dirt, off of the tires a little bit as he tries to get down to the inside of Jordan Yankee. Going to be battle for that second spot. Remember, that is the final redraw position. Yankee able to hold them off for now. McGrath's going to stretch out the lead just a little bit. A 2-time Dirt King Tour winner here. A former winner of the Wildman Watson Classic as well. McGrath is up and away by about 7 car lengths over Jordan Yankee in the second spot. He's not shaking Spencer Dirks. Dirks now falling a few car lengths behind. Good run coming out of the turn that last time for Jordan Yankee. Bill Edler leading on Brent Swedberg a little bit. That just outside of the top 5 of it for the 6th spot. Springborn having some trouble at the back in the 81. Coming up with that 3rd place finish last night. Springborn taking the tail so far here in heat race number 2. Definitely not an easy pack to be in. Bongiorno lifting up, giving on a 2. That's going to allow Joel Bennett to go down to the inside and try to take the 4th spot away, and in fact he will. So Bennett moves up a spot here at halfway. All Mitch McGrath in this one. Some heartbreak for the 74 last night. Took the lead early out of the summer. Sizzler at Sycamore looked like he might have a good opportunity to pick up his first Dirt King Tour win in quite a while. It's been all the way back to the year 2020. He is hungry for a victory here tonight, and right now McGrath looking rather stout across the line to lap number 7, 3 to go here in the heat. Springborn going to take the 81 off. We'll see what he's got come feature time a little bit later on, but some struggles here coming up with that third place finish last night at Sycamore. Down to about a half a straightaway lead it out, coming back to that surrender flag. It's one to go for Mitch McGrath. Jordan Yagi able to shake Spencer Nurse late in this one. He's up 5 on a straightaway on the 29, and the checkered flag is flying on Mitch McGrath here in heat race number 2. Very strong performance here in Kent Sports Heat race number 2 for the driver out of Waukesha. Gary Bellman Trucking, Source Services, Pro Power, Rosina Farms, Diamond Gyms, and Matco Tools by Mike Formella. How about a nice round of applause for Mitch McGrath? Of Paul Nisnik and Jaden Schmidt from Seymour rounding at the back in the 24. 10 laps coming up, and we are green. Speck trying to hang out on the inside, and he will indeed hold on. Kyle Renette, who's got a little bit of elbow room, and decides to duck it down the inside line and try to chase down the 99. Speck away, Renan away, Paul Parker sitting in the third spot now with a 10, seeing if he can find a little something up his sleeve here to catch up to the top 2. Everybody's still working that inside line. We'll see how it changes come feature time. But right now, the low line is preferred, and it's working out well for Sawyer Speck. Letizia might have to try to hold on Paul Nisnik here in that 42. That's for the 5th spot. Nisnik with a nice charge coming out of the turn. Takes the peak down to the inside, but Turk is able to hold him off for now. Slides up a little bit. Nisnik right there, digging down deep. We'll see if he can get to the inside, going into 1 and 2. Can't do it. Turk able to escape on the outside. Back to the line this time, halfway through for Sawyer Speck to the game. Starting to stretch out that lead over Kyle Renan, who settles into the 2nd spot. And again, the top 2 are well away from the rest of the pack here as they will try to prepare for the redraw of the Jim Wildman Watson Classic. Nisnik still working on turn Letizia, not giving him any space at all. Here with 3 laps and out, 2 remaining as Sawyer Speck comes back across the line. Jaden Schmidt also stepping in, and he might challenge Nisnik late in this one. Looks like Renan might be reeling in Sawyer Speck, but he's not going to have a lot of time. 1 to go this time of the line. Young driver out of Sheboygan Falls going to get it done at his home track here in the heat race. Sawyer Speck takes the victory. Good racing from 5th on back between Letizia and Nisnik, and then you can throw Jaden Schmidt in late on that one as well. Your top 2 will be the 03 of Kyle Renan along with the winner, and he's going to head to victory lane. He'll enjoy this one. The MB Custom Chassis powered by a Pro Power race engine, Spec Electric Bomb and Excavating, BMR Electric Carts, Bulldog Water or
4 finishers will move on to the feature. Coming through 3 and 4, looking for the green. Green's out. Mitch Weber breaking out on top in the 17W. 8 laps the scheduled distance. Jaden Schmidt out of Seymour in the blue and white 24 now running fourth. Two laps complete this time by 6 to go. Top four, the 17W of Weber, the 3S of Siegert, '29P of Pigian, and then the 24 of Schmidt. Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go. Mitch Weber continuing to maintain the lead. Two laps to go this time by. Jaden Schmidt, 24, the blue and white 24 now up in the second. And we are yellow. Green, white, and checkered, the order of the flags. Looking for the green. Green's back out. Almost 3 wide down there in turn 4 on the restart. Down on the inside, wheel to wheel, the open wheels. 1 lap to go. Here they come through turns 3 and 4 for the checkered. Weber wins it. Picking up the victory in the 17W out of Argyle, Wisconsin, Mitch Weber. Finishing in second and advancing to the feature event out of Seymour, Jaden Schmidt in the 24. Third spot is the 3S, Joel Siegert out of Sheboygan. Fourth, the 66 out of Sheboygan, Steve Laurier. Coming through 3 and 4, looking for the green. Green's out. Mike Simons breaking out in front, the 25. Three-way battle, second, third, and fourth. Mike Simons the leader, the 25. Second, the 03W, Timothy Warner. Now the 62. Jeff Steenbergen has now moved into second. Three laps complete, 5 to go. Halfway home this time by, 4 and 4 to go. The 15S now, Don Scheffler out of Milwaukee is in the bubble car. Running in fourth, battling the 2M Steve Miller. Two laps to go, this time by 2 to go. Simons now has Steenbergen closing in on him. Top 3, you can put a blanket over him down the back straightaway. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Down the back straightaway one final time. And it's gonna be Mike Simons, your winner. Picking up the victory out of Genoa City, Wisconsin, Mike Simons, your winner. Roy's Auto Service, Santosia Spa and Salon, Mike's Flooring, MLS Chassis, the sponsor. He's won all 4 modified features on the night of the Wildman Watson Classic. 30 out of Bristol, Wisconsin, the veteran John Dost. Scheduled to go anyway. Doesn't look like he made it. Looking for the green. Green's out. Joe Hunefeld breaking out in front. Whoa, little sideways action, 3 wide action. Randy Marquardt Jr. in the white 3M running third. Mike Clenz in the 17 now running second. 2 laps complete. Three in. Bart Sievert in the 11 is the bubble car. Halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go. Neuenfeld checking out. Two laps to go, 2 to go. White flag out, 1 lap to go for Joe Hunefeld. And it's going to be Joe Hunefeld, your winner. Official order finish. Your winner of the 33J out of Freeport, Illinois, Joe Hunefeld. Second, the 17. Out of West Bend, Mike Clenz. Third, the 3M. Out of Sheboygan Falls, Randy Marquardt Jr. Fourth is the 11 out of West Dallas, Bart Sievert. Give him a big 551, Marshall Racing. Bandits, Dave Worth, Barbecued Productions, Station 51 of Antioch, and more. Green's out. Ben Godalewski is the leader. Ben Godalewski out in front. Battle up front. Matt Clenz down on the inside, battling up front. The 2J, Jason Worth, is the bubble car. 3 laps complete, 5 laps to go. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go this time around. Godalewski, the leader. side, they almost touch. Still got Aluski. In the 47G, the 18 of Clens still running second. 28C, Joel Crowbridge third. Jason Worth, the 2J fourth. And a spin in turn two, we are yellow. Mark Mikas goes around the 21J. Well, we'll pick up, and we want to thank Extreme Transportation, Tim Cox Racing, Tom Neubauer Racing, and we got some more we'll get to you in a little bit. Looking for the green. Green's out. 3 laps to go. 3 wide for that final transfer spot. 2 laps to go. We got a double spin up in turn 4. And we are yellow. The A11, Ashley Stevens goes around. And I think it's the 11B of Brad Buckman. Well, some more sponsors win the 50-50. Get those tickets underneath the grandstand. Last chance, $850. Green's out. Green, white, and checkered, the order of the flags. Got Aluski, the leader, the 47G. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. The white silk comes out from starter Todd Booker. The battle for the final transfer spot. And Godalewski, your winner. Picking up the victory, the 47G out of Sussex, Wisconsin, Ben Godalewski. Second, the 18 out of West Bend, Wisconsin, Matt Clens. Third, the 28C out of Union Grove, Joel Crowbridge. Fourth, the 2J out of Elkhorn, Jason Worth. Bristol, Wisconsin, Keith Stitch. Looking for the green. Green's out. Down the back straightaway, John Schultz taking the lead. Rob Bull, the 99, drifts up. Can't make it stick on the low side, 1 lap in. Two laps complete, 6 to go. Everybody makes the main. Well, we got a spin in turn 4. He keeps going, and we stay sort of green. Three laps complete, 5 to go. Kelly Brown, the 44B, putting the pressure on the 838 of Jason Eisel. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go. This time by, there'll be 3 laps to go. Schultz seems to be in pretty good shape. About a half a straightaway ahead of the 99 of Rob Bull. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Kelly Brown taking a look on the outside, trying to make it stick on the high side on cushion. Down the back straightaway, trying to pick up 2 positions. White flag out, 1 lap to go. And through 3 and 4, watch that battle for second. John Schultz, the winner in the 11X. Here they come for second. Your winner out of Waunakee, Wisconsin, John Schultz in the 11X. In second spot goes to the 99, Rob Ball. Third, the 838. That's Jason Eisel. Fourth, the 44B, Kelly Brown. And fifth, top 5 will transfer to the feature. Fifth is the 5, Todd Berzowski. Everybody's got to know where Waldo is. Coming through 3 and 4, looking for the green. Green's out. 3 wide, down the back straightaway, low, limb to the wall. Well, that was Courtney Atkinson, the 46A, and I think that's the 52W of Jack Worrell, I think, to advance. Who's going to be the unlucky one? Looking for the green. Green's back out. Jesse Cron is your leader down the back straightaway, the 55K. One lap complete. Ernie Hurlt in the black and white 52 is the bubble car. 2 laps complete, 6 to go. A little bit of smoke coming out underneath Roman Blank's machine, the 83. Could be a tire rub. They'll be halfway home this next time by, halfway home. 4 and 4 to go. Jesse Cron, the leader, the 55K. Mike Meyer, the 8M, still running second with 3 to go. James Fletcher, the 75, in third. Blank in the 83, fourth. And the 52 of Hurlt in fifth. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. White flag will be coming out this time by. 1 lap to go. And he's pretty comfortably out in front. Coming home, your winner, the 55K, Jesse Cron. Picking up the victory out of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, the 55K, Jesse Cron, your winner. Second, the 8M out of Chilton, Mike Meyer. Third, the 75 out of Beaver Dam, James Fletcher. Fourth is the 83 out of Slinger, Roman Blank. And fifth is the 52 out of Grayslake, Illinois, Ernie Hurlt. Austin Stinky. Then the 1X out of Menominee Falls, Nate Gross. 64Z out of Sheboygan, Mike Zitzer. 28 out of Kokona, Chuck Gilbertson Jr. Green's out, top 5 go on to the feature. Everybody else has to try to make it through the B main. 3 and almost 4 wide in the middle of the pack. Dive into the inside, there's still 3 wide coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Robbie Olson, the leader in the white 95, out in front. Edward Anschutz is running second, and here comes Anschutz going for the lead. Edward Anschutz out in front. Robbie Olson, the white 95 second. The Stars and Stripes of the 64Z. Mike Zitzer in third. Three laps to go this time by, 3 to go. Two laps to go this time by, 2 to go. White flag out, 1 lap to go. And your winner, Edward Anschutz. Edward Anschutz out of Two Rivers, your winner. And when he's not driving a race car, he's announcing races at Seymour. Finishing in second spot and advancing to the feature, the 64Z out of Sheboygan, Mike Zitzer. Third spot goes to the 24S out of St. Nazianz, Austin Stenke. And then fourth is the 95 out of Lindenhurst, Illinois, Robbie Olson. The final transfer car, the 1X out of Menominee Falls, Nate Gross.
Swim and Lance Thompson gonna lead the field through turns 3 and 4. Top 6 to the show. Everybody else goes home. 10 laps around the speedway off of turn 4. We're green in tonight's beat feature. Lance Thompson with a good jump on Sean Swim for the lead. Swim rolling the bottom in the number 12. Here comes Eric Wilkie. Wilkie on the bottom side of the speedway. Lance Thompson still trying to work the top side through turns 3 and 4, and off of the corner, Sean Swim will lead lap number 1. Thompson lost a ton of ground through turns 3 and 4. Trinity UTEC tries to find a way past the 4L through turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Eric Wilkie closing in on Swim at the front of the field as the battle for the 6th and final transfer spot. Currently, the lead being held by the 71 of Andy Dye. Andy Dye and Seth Johnson go side by side for the 5th spot. Meanwhile, here comes Tristan Fursett. Fursett looking to the inside of Johnson. That is the battle for the 6th and final transfer. Remember, Fursett got here late, didn't even get to qualify, and he's up into his 6th and final transfer spot. The field running line is turning. Fursett not done there. Looking to the inside, I believe, of Lance Thompson through turn number 3, and cars getting together a little bit, stacking up into turn number 3. Jason Young and Seth Johnson getting into each other. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Sean Swim still leads with about a 6-car length advantage over Eric Wilkie. Trinity UTEC in second. And now, I believe that's Tristan Fursett up into the 4th spot. Or excuse me, 71 of Andy Dye in the 4th spot. Tristan Fursett running in 5th. Currently, Lance Thompson occupying the 6th and final transfer, but Jason Young having a look to the inside, down the back straightaway, put Jason Young up into the 6th and final transfer. 4 laps to go at the front of the field, and Eric Wilkie all over the back of Swim through turns 1 and 2. Wilkie took a peek to the inside of the number 12. Hopping over those infield tires is the number 24, Sean Swim, trying to hold to the bottom of the speedway. Eric Wilkie with a little bit faster race car, possibly down the front straightaway. Wilkie hopping over the infield tires, trying to find any way to get by the number 12, nearly side by side on the back straightaway. 6 and O's to the inside into turn number 2. This time by 2 sticks high, 2 more laps to go. Oh, and Sean Swim cut down in front of the 24 coming off of turn 4. Almost cost the 24 to spin around and off at turn number 2. Sean Swim back out with about a 4-car length advantage. Meanwhile, Jason Young still holds on to that 6th and final transfer spot. It's off at turn number 4. Sean Swim sees the white flag. Wilkie had to check up big time down the front straightaway. Finds an opening through turns 1 and 2. Eric Wilkie to the point down the back straightaway. Wilkie taking the lead on the final lap through turns 3 and 4. Swimgator gave it everything he's got, but Eric Wilkie gonna take the B-Feature win. Sean Swim second, Trinity Utek in third, Andy Dye in fourth, Tristan Perseth in fifth, and Jason Young takes the 6th and final transfer.
What a race, what a finish, the last lap pass.
Not bad for a B-Feature race there, Mike. Eric Wilkie with a dramatic last lap pass to take the B-Feature win, so advancing into tonight's A main, the 00 of Jason Young, the 57F of Tristan Perseth, the 71 of Andy Dye, the 7 of Trinity Utek, the 12 of Sean Swim, and race fans, give it up for your B-Feature winner here tonight, Eric Wilkie.
Coming through 3 and 4, looking for the green. Rings out. 12 laps the scheduled distance. This is like a regular feature. Leading lap number 1, the 52M, Brad McGuire. 2M, Steve Miller second. 17B, Scott Barnhurst third. 19, Gary Glander in the final for transfer spot. Now 3 wide down the track straightaway. Oh, and we got a spin in front of the field. Caution coming out, 1 lap complete. 11 laps to go. This is our only B main, and we're going to get in. Are to host it again next year. Might be a different weekend. Going to take a look. But we'll more than likely be right back here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Rings back out. Brad McGuire out of New Berlin at the point. 2 and 10 to go, and we got a spin on the back straightaway. And he keeps going. But the yellow already had come out. Seeing the cars in staging correctly. Green's out. Oh, and we got a bunch of them stacked up in turn number 2. Brings out the caution again. Watch for more information. Looking for the green. Green's back out. Down the back straightaway they go. Lander in the 10G on the inside of Barnhurst. We got 2 cars spinning into the wall. And we are yellow. It looks like the 117. Coming through 3 and 4. Looking for the green. Green's back out. Two laps now complete. David Paskowitz, the 26, has now moved up into the bubble spot. The white-black 26. 3 and 9 to go. One-third of the way through this time by. And a spin in turn number 3 brings out another caution. when we have a break, I'll give you the 50-50 winner. You're going to be happy. You won a lot of money. Green's back out. Five laps in, 7 laps to go. Halfway home, 6 in, 6 to go. Now we got 5 to go. A little bit of side-by-side action. In the back, whoa, a couple of cars together on the front straightaway. 22M retires to the infield. And another car slowing on the back straightaway. Four laps to go. McGuire being challenged now by Miller. 3 laps to go. Two laps to go. This time by 2 to go. Brad McGuire, the 52M, still setting the pace. Smoke coming out of Barnhart's car, 117. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Here they come. Brad McGuire's gonna win it. Picking up the victory out of New Berlin, Wisconsin, the 52M. Brad McGuire, your winner in the 52M. Second, the 2M, Steve Miller out of Eagle. Third, the 10G, RJ Gerber out of Oshkosh. And the final transfer car, the 26, David Paskowitz out of Wind Lake. Coming through turn 3 and 4. They'll be looking for the green. 20 laps to go, the street stock feature. Green's out. James Fletcher breaking out in front in the 75. 1 lap in. A cavalry charge down the back straightaway. Top 4, you can put a blanket over them. 2 laps complete. Jason Eisel, the 838, now the leader. 75, James Fletcher second. 44B, Kelly Brown third. 99, Rob Ball, he's up on the high side. Four laps complete this time by 4 complete. Roman Blank, the 83, retires to the pit area. 5 and 15 to go this time by. Woodward and Schultz. The 71 has moved up in the fourth and is beginning to challenge. 7 laps complete. Jesse Cron, the 55K, has moved up. Courtney Atkinson, the 46A, retires to the pit area. 8 in, 12 to go. Approaching the halfway point. Working some lap traffic. Halfway this time by Jason Eisel, the leader in the 838. 75, James Fletcher second. 11X, John Schultz third. 44B, Kelly Brown fourth. 55K, Jesse Cron fifth. A heat race to the finish now, this time by 8 laps to go. Lucky 7 to go for the 838. Some 3 wide action in the middle of the pack. Actually, that's as they put a car down a lap. To go for the yellow 838. 5 laps to go. Eisel the leader. A lot of traffic in front of the leader. Battle for second, 75 Fletcher, 11X Schultz. Schultz to the outside of Fletcher as they're working the lap traffic. Three laps to go this time by. 3 to go. Side by side battle in traffic down the back straightaway for second. Schultz in the 11X takes over second. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. And battle for fourth and fifth and second, all raging on. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Clear racetrack in front of them. And your winner, the 838, Jason Eisel. Picking up the victory, the 838 out of Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Jason Eisel. Second goes to the 75 out of Beaver Dam, James Fletcher. Third, the 11X. And that is John Schultz out of Waunakee. Fourth, the 44B, Kelly Brown out of Beaver Dam. And fifth, the 55K, Jesse Cron out of Beaver Dam. And we're going to send it now down to Zach Kruger, who's going to be with our winner. Zach, take it away.
Your seat. Salute the best of the upper Midwest going 4 abreast. This is the CK Contractor Autometer Wisconsin wingless sprint cars. All right, we'll try this one more time. Through turns 3 and 4. It's time to light the fires and buzz the tires here at Plymouth. We're green. Bryce Andrews comes down to the bottom. Ryan Zilski immediately pops up to the top of the speedway. He's found something. Ryan Zilski to the top of the racetrack. Down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. Do we have a top side here at Plymouth? Bryce Andrews will come off of turn 4 and barely lead lap number 1. 0.02 of a second between the top two on lap number 1. Andrews trying to fight back at Zilski, but Zilski rockets away down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Alan Hafford up into the 3rd spot. Clayton Rossman 4th. Jimmy Sivia rounds out the top 5 so far. Meanwhile, Zach Radart as well has found the top side along with DC Derek Crane. Radart trying to power around the outside of Jimmy Sivia to get up into the top 5. Usually we see Jimmy Sivia up on the top of the speedway. Now it's Zach Radart and Sivia on the bottom. Radart trying to get the top side working, just like Ryan Zelsky at the front of the field. The good news for Zelsky is when he hits up the lap traffic, everybody's running on the bottom. Nobody upstairs so far towards the back of the field. Zelsky with a healthy lead at the front of the field. Bryce Andrews into the 2nd spot. Here comes Zach Radart. Radart up into the top 5 and looking for more. Clayton Rossman down the inside of Alan Hafford into turn number 3. Forces the issue on the 38, and the 09 is up to 2nd. Rossman now will have to contend with the 17 of Bryce Andrews for the 2nd spot. And here comes Radart. Radart up around the outside of Hafford. He's up into 4th and looking for more. The top side really far around off of turn number 4, but he's going to get the position on Clayton Rossman. Radart sending it on the outside of the Plymouth dirt track. Rossman trying to force the issue down the inside of Bryce Andrews down the back straightaway. He'll take the position. Rossman trying to keep pace with Radart on the bottom of the speedway. Rossman, a bottom side tactician in the 09 anytime he finds a hooked up low groove on a racetrack. Rossman and Radart running side by side for the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Ryan Zilski way out in front of this one. Now Jimmy Sivia's popped up to the top side, but he's lost a couple of spots. And here comes Ryan Marshall. Marshall looking to the outside of Bryce Andrews for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, Radart and Rossman still running side by side. The gap this time by at the plate stand between 1st and 2nd is 2.7 seconds between Ryan Zelsky and Zach Radart, scored in the 2nd spot that last time around. This time by, we will be halfway home. 10 in, 10 to go for Ryan Zelsky. Rossman and Radart still running side by side. Rossman gains a lot in the corners, but that high side momentum keeping the 11D within touching distance. Through turns 3 and 4, Ryan Zelsky can now see the tail end traffic. Zelsky closing in on cars running side by side at the tail of the field. Tristan Furseth and Jason Young running side by side, battling for position right in front of Zelsky. Meanwhile, Radart and Rossman still going at it for the 2nd spot. Jimmy Sivia, I believe, back up into the top 5, or excuse me, he'll be in 6th behind the 17 of Bryce Andrews. Ryan Marshall all alone in the 4th spot. Ryan Zelsky trying to thread the needle through turns 3 and 4. Gonna lose a lot of ground there to the 09 and the 11D. Zelsky getting held up, has to just follow Tristan Furseth along the top side of the speedway, loses even more ground. That last time by, the gap down to 1.9 seconds. Radart and Rossman closing in on Zelsky. Zelsky lost a lot of time through turns 3 and 4, and the yellow flag's gonna fly. Greg Olt up on the outside of turn number 2. Well, race fans, I think it's fair to say we have a top side here at the Plymouth dirt track. Ryan Zelsky and Zach Radart making it look easy up on the top as Radart and Rossman battling hard for the 2nd spot. Unfortunately, the yellow flag gonna fly for the 22 of Greg Olt, stricken in turn 2. How about Zach Radart in the 2nd spot? Do we have any Jimmy Sivia fans in the house here tonight? Off of turn 4, we'll find out. 7 laps time. Zelsky pops up to the top. Rossman trying to work the bottom to get back up into the 2nd spot ahead of Radart. Radart and Rossman resume their battle for the runner-up position. Meanwhile, Ryan Marshall closing in on the top 3 very quickly. Jimmy Sivia trying to look to break into the top 5. As through turns 1 and 2, Zach Radar all over the tail tank of Brian Zelski, and Clayton Rossman is right there to pounce. Down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4. This time we'll see 5 laps to go for Ryan Zelski. Radar closing in on Zelski on the top of the speedway. Rossman slowly fading on the bottom. The top side is definitely the dominant group now. Down the back straightaway, Ryan Marshall closing in on Clayton Rossman for the 3rd spot. But meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Ryan Zelski and Zach Radar run line of Cern at the top of the racetrack. Zelski up into the wall. Here comes Radar down the back straightaway. Side by side for the lead down into turn number 3. Slide job from Radar. He'll take the lead from Zelski. Down to the line. We'll have 3 laps to go this time. Zelski crosses back over underneath the 11D, and here comes Rossman and Marshall. 4-car race for the lead. This time by, we'll have 2 laps to go. Ryan Zelski up at the top, had that one mistake, thought it might have cost him the win, but battling back. 2 laps to go for the 14Z. Down the back straightaway. Next time by, we will see the white flag. Ryan Marshall now up into the 3rd spot. This time around, one more circuit for Ryan Zelski. Zelski and Radar run line of Cern at the top of the speedway. Is Radar setting him up for a move into turn number 3? Down the back straightaway. It might not be enough. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Ryan Zelski finds redemption tonight at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Zach Radar will come home in 2nd, and Ryan Marshall in 3rd over Clayton Rossman and Jimmy Sibia. How about that one, race fans? Finishing in 3rd, the 7X of the Kansas-built Comet, Ryan Marshall. Finishing 2nd, the 11D of Zach Radar. But your feature winner here tonight for the CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprint Car Series. Race fans, let them hear you, Ryan Zelski. He'll head down into Plymouth Dirt Track Racing Victory Lane and have a word with Zach Krieger.
Let them see you. Give them a wave now, fans. Starting on the pole, the car number 3S out of Sheboygan, Joel Siegert. Outside of row number 1, the 3M out of Sheboygan Falls, Randy Marquardt. Row 2, the 62S out of Johnson Creek, Jeff Steenbergen. On the outside, the 24 out of Seymour, Jaden Schmidt. Row 3, the 03W out of Malone, Timothy Warner. On the outside, the 17 out of West Bend, Mike Clenz. Row 4 on the inside, 17W out of Argyle, Mitch Weber. On the outside, the number 25 out of Genoa City, Mike Simons. Row 5 on the inside, the 33J out of Freeport, Illinois, Joe Hunefeld. On the outside, the 47J out of Sussex, Ben Godalewski. Row 6, the 18 out of West Bend, Matt Clenz. On the outside, the 28C out of Union Grove, Joel Crowbridge. Row 7 on the 11, West Dallas, Bart Sievert. On the outside, 2J out of Elkhorn, Jason Wirth. 15S out of Milwaukee, Don Scheffler. 66 out of Sheboygan, Steve Laurier. 52M out of New Berlin, Brad McGuire. 2M out of Eagle, Steve Miller. 10G out of Oshkosh, R.J. Gerber. 26 out of Wind Lake, David Paskowitz. Looking for the green. Green's out. Joel Siegert is your leader in the 3S. 3, and we got a car spinning. And we're stacking them up. Brings out the caution. We can see definite right side damage to the number 25 of Mike Simons. Well, we will now have a new feature winner for the Classic for Modifieds. Looking for the green. Green's out. Joel Siegert, the leader in the 3S, out in front. Running in second spot, 62S, Jeff Steenbergen. Jaden Schmidt in the blue and white 24 is third. A battle for the lead, side by side. Steenbergen trying to make it stick on the low side. Siegert and Steenbergen down the back straightaway. 4 and 16 to go. And we are yellow. The team cars, the 2J and the 2M come together. The 2J, Jason Worth out of Elkhorn, driving team cars. To Eagle, Steve Miller in the 2M. Both cars ended up coming together. And Worth has already taken his car to the pit area. We'll see what Miller does in the 2M. Won the championship this year at Wilmot. His first ever championship after taking a year off from racing. Green's out. Going to the outside on the restart is Jaden Schmidt in the blue and white 24. Jaden Schmidt in second spot. Jeff Steenbergen in the 62S third. 6 laps complete, 14 to go. And we got a car slowing on the high side in turn 1. Three-way battle for the lead now down the back straightaway. Three-way battle out of turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Jaden Schmidt takes the lead in the 24. Siegert the 3S now second. Here comes Steenbergen in a 62 third. Steenbergen down on the inside, taking over second spot. They'll be halfway this next time by. And we are yellow. Before we get to half, yellow comes out, the 28C. Joel Crowbridge. Broken left front, we understand, in the 28C, but what a battle up in the front. 3 wide they went. Couple laps before the caution. Looks like Joel Crowbridge was going to try to get off on his own, but the car's not cooperating, so I think we are going to need a hook. 3 and 4, looking for the green. Green's out. And a problem in the back of the pack. We stay green. Halfway home, cross flag signals. Halfway home. Jaden Schmidt out in front. Joel Siegert, the 3S, now takes over at second. Coming up on a heat race to the finish. 8 laps to go. Schmidt was a 1.5 second lead. Gonna be 6 laps to go this time by 6 to go. The open hand signal, 5 laps to go, 5 to go. Full straightaway lead now for Jaden Schmidt. Two-and-a-half-second lead. A battle for second. Here comes Steenbergen on the inside of Siegert. Steenbergen and Siebert. Jeff Steenbergen now takes second in the 62. Two laps to go, 2 to go. He keeps expanding the lead. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. Your winner, Jaden Schmidt in the 24. Finishing in 5th spot, the 03W, Timothy Warner out of Malone. Finishing 4th out of Freeport, the 33J, Joe Huenfeld. Finishing 3rd in the 3S out of Sheboygan, Joel Siegert. 2nd, the 62S out of Johnson Creek, Jeff Steenbergen. And your winner in the car number 24 from Seymour, Wisconsin, Jaden Schmidt.
Because for the final time, royalty is among us. And soon, we will find out who is king. That wonderful 4-wide salute for the up in the flag stand, it is Trista with Galloping Ghost Transportation. And Trista's going to drop the green flag on this one. As we get ready to roll, the Wildman Watson Classic is underway. The Graf Trotter running up on the outside as Beck was holding the lead through 1 and 2. He'll take down deep. Again into 3 and 4. Look at the Graf ride the rim out of the turn. He'll lead lap 1. Mitch McGrath using the high side hustle again out of turn 2. He's got the top spot. Speck trying to hold off. Nick gambling as he tries to dive down low. Speck not going away down to the inside. Still McGrath with the top spot. Led by about a car length at the line last time. As Speck fights back down low one more time. Trouble though. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. Debris just under the flag stand, and there you see it get knocked around a little bit down in that low groove. So debris brings out to go to his outside. We'll see how it plays out as we get ready to rev him up again. Back to green. Ambling with a crossover move, gets past Specton out, dives down to the inside, and even Brett escaping on the outside. McGrath now takes his line away. He'll go down to the bottom. Some trouble for Sawyer Speck as he goes up the racetrack. Something amiss on the front end of the 99. Hard break for Sawyer Speck as he falls back, but look what he saw. Now off front, it is still McGrath, but the yellow is out. We've got big trouble over in turn number 2. Hostile, Nisnik, and Brad J.J. coming to a stop over there in turn number 2 here on left. Mitch McGrath gets ready to lead the field. Back to green once again. 3 down, 27 remain. Now it's Anderling and Jordan Yankee in that second row. And we're back to green. Well, this time Anderling doesn't have quite as much elbow room. And there goes Yankee up into the second spot. Jordan Yankee from Rochester, Minnesota, making the swing down this weekend. Trying to make it worth his while. Kyle Renette working the top side that time. Finding a lot of room up there. Decides to rip the high side one more time. Everybody else digging down deep, but Renette has a lot of room. He'll try to climb the ladder again in 1 and 2. As Hamilton goes on the attack, coming down the backstretch. Here's Hamilton looking to the inside. Renette backs up the turn, and he'll swing it again up high. Getting a nice run up on the turn. He's able to hold off Justin Ritchie. Not quite making up enough ground there. Second and third, and maybe this time he will. Here comes Renette. Big out and steam down the backstretch, and Renette will pull even for a moment with Anderling, but he fights back as Yankee slips up and Anderling back to second. Yellow flag is out. We've got 2 around going into turn number 3. One of them being the 33 of Engels. The other may be the 42 of Still plenty of time remaining in this one with 23 still on the board as we go back to green. Anderling gets a monstrous run on that outside line, hanging with McGrath, but not quite enough. As Yankee will settle into third, and now it'll be Justin Ritchie rolling the high side of the 70. Ritchie on the outside will take the 4th spot away. Renette was much happier up top of that high line. We'll see if he goes back up there, and indeed he does. Now that he's got the space to work, we'll see if Renette can catch back up. A lot of speed shown on that high line by Kyle Renette as he climbs the ladder once again, but now he's even with Joel Bennett. As we come back to the line here for lap number 10, McGrath still showing the way over Anderling, and they're starting to pull away from Jordan Yankee back in third. Battle on for 5th. Joel Bennett on the inside. On the outside, it's still Kyle Renette finding a lot of speed up top, and he's able to make a huge run coming off of 4. And Renette back into the top 5. We'll see if he carries out of that high line, if he can continue to make some headway up there. All Mitch McGrath still in that 74, looking for another win here at Plymouth Dirt Track. The very first Dirt Kings Tour winner. A 2-time winner here in Dirt King Tour action back in 2018 and 2019. And a former Wildman Watson winner as well. But he is not making up much ground on Nick Gambling, who's keeping pace as we near the midway point of this Wildman Watson Classic. Now watch the 74 drift up a little bit that time. As we'll come back to halfway, is Anderling starting to catch Mitch McGrath? I'll tell you who is making up a ton of ground, and that's Kyle Renette, the 03, working the high side. He's going to get around Justin Ritchie, and Renette is now up to 4. Kyle Renette has one quick hot run on that outside line. He'll set his sights on Jordan Yankee next, trying to reel in the 77 as he continues to roll the inside line. McGrath and Anderling also working into the inside line past the lap car of Travis Gillum. Some space for Anderling to try to catch up as McGrath continues to hold about 5 car lengths over the driver. That will be the Dirt King Tour champion. Anderling would like to win this one in style. Battle for third about to erupt here as the 03 of Renette has caught up to the 77 of Jordan Yankee. Yankee running right down Broadway that time on entry. It's going to be plenty of room on the outside for Renette, but Yankee slips up the track just a little bit, and now Renette will try again. Hammered out, coming out of turn number 2. Renan closing right in on Yankee once again. That 03 car is quick up high, but Renan doesn't quite have enough grip coming off of the turn to make the run. A little more straightaway, and he would be right past Yankee, who's going to cut him off once again and go up high. Renan had him back out of it. Back up front, we're into the final 9 laps of this one. Mitch McGrath continues to show the way by a healthy margin over the 15 of Nick Gambling, but lap traffic is getting just a little bit thicker in front of Mitch McGrath, down to 8 laps remaining. And now we got some cars working that inside line, including Joe Bongiorno and Troy Springborn. This might be what Nick Gambling needs if he's going to take it away from Mitch McGrath. Starting to close the gap just a little bit. Looks like we've got some trouble though. Travis Jellum slowing, and we've got one stopped over right at the track entrance, or excuse me, the exit. And that is the 03 of Kyle. Another solid start for Anvilic as we've got a piece of yellow flying down on the racetrack, but we're going to keep going. And Nick Anvilic cruising the outside line. May have just taken the lead away, indeed he has. Nick Anvilic around the outside of Mitch McGrath to the lead right after the restart. Now McGrath has to start thinking about where he's going to find some speed, but the yellow flag is flying. Yellow flag is flying as the 7 slows. Down first with 7 remaining. We're back to green. McGrath getting a massive run that time. He's going to climb the ladder right to the outside wall as Anvilic stretches the lead out to about 5 car lengths. And now here comes McGrath giving it everything he's got on the high side. McGrath gonna climb up to the wall, pushing the cushion as he tries to catch up to Nick Gambling, hoping he can get that huge run of momentum. Now chopping it back down to the inside, right into the tire tracks. Closing back in on Nick Gambling is Mitch McGrath with 5 laps to go. Gambling still hoping to hold on here for his first turn. Oh no, we've got trouble over in turn number 2. Jaden Schmidt, one of those 2. And I believe that would be the 70 of Justin Ritchie up along the outside retaining wall. And another caution with 5 to go. Out, 5 remain. Back to green. McGrath setting up again here on the restart, looking to find some grip. His ambulance stretches it out. McGrath hoping that 5 laps is plenty enough time to try to reel him back in. He'll ride the rim again coming out of 4 and look for that big run of momentum. Still too much out of Nick Gambling. We do see McGrath looks like he's closing in. Now the question will it be enough time? And now look at Brett Swedberg. We've got a lot going on from about 5th on back at the moment. Those drivers are 3 wide. Bill Endler's up to 4th in the 77. As we continue to watch the battle up front, it's 2 laps remaining in this one. McGrath giving it everything he can right now to try to find one more little bit of first here before the race is over. Anvilic comes back to the line this time. It's going to be the white flag, 1 to go. Nick Anvilic has not won a Dirt Kings Tour feature here yet. He is looking for a 3rd Wildman Watson Classic win. He's king. Nick Anvilic takes the win. Nick Anvilic is not in the Dirt Kings Tour history book. He is writing the Dirt Kings Tour history book, claiming the championship once again here tonight, and another win in the Wildman Watson Classic.